I messaged multiple manufacturers and only 3 responded. 1 completely ghosted me, and only 2 might end up making my brand possible. When I started building my clothing brand, I thought finding the manufacturer will be the easiest part of it. You just go online, find someone who makes gym clothing, send them your design, and boom, you have a clothing brand. Bro, it does not work like that. I've been messaging manufacturers for weeks, comparing quotes, asking questions, and trying to figure out who's legit and who's just trying to take my money. So in this video, I'm going to show you the mistakes I've made, the red flags I almost missed, and the checklist I'm using right now to find the right manufacturer. When you first open Alibaba, honestly, it's very overwhelming. There are thousands of manufacturers and they all look exactly the same. So instead of scrolling through each and every single one, I searched custom gym clothing manufacturer or custom streetwear manufacturer, and I just started messaging people. Honestly, you could probably message around 40 to 50 in one night. Just copy paste. But here's something that nobody will tell you. Most of them do not respond. Of all the messages I personally sent, I got maybe 3 to 4 real conversations. So I narrowed down my search to 2 manufacturers. One was cheaper and one was more expensive. And obviously it makes sense right off the bat to just go with the cheapest one. That could be a huge costly mistake. Example, say they quote me for $8 per shirt for 300 GSM fabric. If you know anything about clothing manufacturing, you know that that's suspiciously cheap. Red flag number 1, some clothing manufacturers will require a 50% deposit before even sending the sample. That's a massive red flag because in the end, you're paying for the sample. So what do they need a 50% deposit on the bulk order for? All they're making is the sample. So you shouldn't be paying a 50% deposit for a bulk order that you haven't even decided if you're gonna go with that manufacturer yet, if you understand what I'm saying. Red flag number 2, the price is lower than everyone else. If everyone else says a shirt costs $12 to $15, and this manufacturer says it'll be $8, there's a reason for that. Usually they're not using the materials they tell you, or some corners are gonna be cut in the production of clothing that you're trying to make. Red flag number 3, if they can't answer any technical questions about creating your shirt. So if you ask, what's the fabric composition? How will that deal with shrinkage? What type of stitching are they using? If their response is, it's high quality, don't worry, bro, I'm gonna worry. So after dealing with a few wishy-washy manufacturers, my approach changed completely. Right now I'm talking to 2 different manufacturers and comparing them side by side. Here's the exact checklist that I'm using. 1, samples first. If they won't send a sample before the bulk orders, I'm out. 2, do they ask questions? A good manufacturer is gonna ask you about the GSM, the fit, the target customer, and the intended use. If they don't ask, they probably don't care. Price breakdown. I wanna know exactly what I'm paying for. Some manufacturers will tell you, this is what you're gonna pay per shirt, plus shipping, plus customs, plus all of this. So I opted to do delivery duty paid. DDP is an agreement between you and the manufacturer. This includes the payment of all duties and taxes, the seller's obligation to clear the goods at export and import customs. It's beneficial because you get one price for your shirt. You know what your landed price is, so you can price for what you're gonna sell for. Number 4, MOQ. Most manufacturers want a minimum order of 500. Bro, I'm starting a brand, not stocking a warehouse. Communication. Say it takes them 4 days to respond to you and you're only in the sample stage. Imagine later what it's gonna be like. So currently I don't have my final manufacturer locked in, but I'd rather take the long road to get it right. All right, what has this cost me so far? Let me be real and transparent on the money side. I haven't even placed a bulk order yet, but I've already spent probably around $300 just on samples, shipping, and revisions. And this is all before I've sold anything. Starting a clothing brand isn't free. Every mistake costs money, but I would rather learn this now then end up with 200 shirts that I cannot sell. If you're starting a clothing brand, drop a comment. Tell me where you're at in the process. Honestly, when I started this, and I'm still new to the game, I had no one to talk to about it. If you want to see the entire journey of Den from zero, hit the subscribe button. What I've learned so far, if I had to reset the process tomorrow, here's exactly what I would do. 1, research fewer manufacturers. Instead of messaging around 50 manufacturers, just kind of spitballing it, I would do research on 10 really good ones with really good reviews. This would cut down the time immensely. 2, I would make sure to set aside a budget for samples because the cost of samples do add up and every revision you want to make is just adding on to it. 3, ask for videos. Any manufacturer can just steal pictures from another manufacturer and say that it's theirs. You need video proof that your stuff's actually getting done. And 4, trust the process. So in the end, that's where I'm at right now. I'm still comparing manufacturers, still waiting on responses, and honestly, it is stressful. But I started Den for a reason, and I'm not quitting. Subscribe if you want to follow the journey. Peace.
Don't ever let somebody tell you you can't do something. You got a dream, you got to protect it. People can't do something themselves. They want to tell you you can't do it. You want something, go get it.